All right, we're working on the Ortur, getting some things done with it real quick. Gonna do some tests, get some stuff going. All right, we got it powered on. We are going to try doing it with the app version first and then see what we can get done via that. We are connected. Make sure we pick the right one. LU3 10. We'll start with a new creation. We're gonna do an image this time. We're gonna do our logo. Here. We're doing the framing of the border. If a flame risk is detected, do not continue the processing. Now we are checking our border area out. We got a pretty good border. We're gonna go ahead and get the process going. This is what we're, all right, we're getting checked. It's uploading. It's reminding us again, it's doing a safety check. If a flame risk is detected, do you continue processing? It says flame detected, but I don't know how a flame is detected when it hasn't done anything. It's uploading the design still. But we are testing everything out to see if how it can be done through the phone app, because I do want to have a lot of products ready to go on the fly via the phone, because that's how I want to get a bunch of things done easily on the fly rather than bringing my laptop out here, getting it set up and doing it this way. But we're going to document this process, see what we got going on. All right, it's officially going to start, so let's go ahead and run it. Confirm. See what we got going on. Okay, so you know how we just did the orientation of the area? Why is it doing it all the way over on the right-hand side? It doesn't make sense to me. We're not stopping, we're literally going to... Layers module is a no. Okay, so... Alright, we readjusted the laser height. I already know. Let's go back over here within the app, get the position back. Yeah, see? Y'all saw firsthand. It's not supposed to do that. We're going back to the beginning. Homing failed. The limit switches was not found within the search distance. Try to increase the maximum stroke, reduce the traction distance, or check on the wiring. The carving has been terminated. See, there's nothing wrong with it, but yet it's still uploading. So how can it do all that? And I don't understand. So this one so far is definitely one to tinker. Even with the updates that I got from Ortur, there's some stuff that we gotta figure out. And we're gonna keep the camera rolling so y'all can, so we can see what the what is it gonna do with the laser engraving again here in a second. Yeah, see, that shouldn't be happening, and now it's in a completely different origin spot. This should not be happening, and it's clicking a lot too. And I will say all the things in the attachments and stuff like that have been properly removed for the strips and things like that. So we're really not sure what to do at this moment, besides reach back out to the team. So at this moment in time, the next step is to do a desktop version to see if it's more controlled and fixable, because with software on the app, unfortunately, it does not work. So we had to figure that out. I have my laptop USB-C connected to the laser engraver. I'm going to have the Lightburn software find it. I currently have a free trial of 30 days for this. Yes, make sure it's connected. It's connected. So let that do a thing, and we'll get right back when it's done. All right, we have it officially connected. Let's get this going like this. Y'all can see the process as we get into doing stuff. And we're just going to do a basic something. Got bold attached. See the framing. If a flame risk is detected, do you continue to proceed? I will say, that is hell of a lot faster. am I doing? Alright, I'm trying to do material library, doesn't have one. We're just gonna go ahead and start and see how simple this is. Alright, that was fast. That was extremely fast. Alright, we got the words family on there. So desktop version is the way to go. This UI is going to take quite a bit of time to learn and understand and tinker with. For basic functionality, let's go ahead and do a second test on dropping in an image and seeing how quickly it can pick it up. One notation, it does not like to be moved down at all. Let's make it smaller. Interesting. Let's close this door. I already know. Let's go ahead and frame it up. Alright. Again, we're looking for the simplicity of just putting it in there. We got the power at 20%, speed at 6,000. Let's go ahead and start it and see what happens. This is straight from... So this information is straight from literally opening it up and using it as is. No tinkering, no adjustments, absolutely nothing besides framing and putting it at. There's no material selected, nothing is moved or anything like that. This is just straight from the software. It said it detected something and stopped, and I just restarted the process. And I don't see anything wrong with it. It said it detected flames, but there haven't been any flames on anything. So, see, there it goes again. And now somebody downloaded the app, and it says if flame, this is detected, you continue processing. There's nothing happening. I don't understand. While it does work better on the desktop version, it keeps saying it's detecting flames, and there is absolutely no flames that I'm seeing at all. So I'm not sure what it's talking about. And also, it has to be a different software that's downloaded, and I'm only on a free trial right now. All right, here's the results. It keeps saying it was a fire and it was burning and it detected stuff, but there was nothing that I detected. I mean, I've seen some other laser engravers go a little more intense with the laser portion of it, but yet it did not. It had actual flames come off for it to detect that. This had no flames at all. So I'm really curious to know why it was doing that and how it was detecting that. Maybe the certain light from outside over here was the reason. I don't know, but we are making progress with being able to use the Ortur R2. And another notation that I will say is the entire time I had to continue the process at least 20 times at the minimum for this laser engraver. For some reason, when it's kept detecting, it was burning. One thing I would like to say, it does have a safety feature, which is the key, turning it on and turning it off. So we're cutting it off now, putting it to the side. All right, we're gonna make a design on the Ortur R2 as another tester for this video. The only way I'm able to get the Ortur R2 to work right now is with light burn, and this is on a trial period right now. Now, two things I'd like to note. One, I like simplicity. Two, I'm not opposed to tinkering with stuff after I figure it out, but there's definitely a lot of UI stuff on the software for light burn to connect to the Ortur R2 that would not be very easily consumed by a regular consumer when it comes to laser engraving for ease of use. It's not ease of use, but I'm gonna do my very best because my goal is to test these different laser engravers to showcase what they're useful for, the best use case for them, how to kind of coordinate the product with their software and things like that. So now I've gotten this to work before, but here is everything that I'm looking at right now. Units, grids, displays, imports, camera, and I thought I had it connected. Now that I found the USB to connect to the Ortur R2, I am trying to frame. It is not working. I'm trying to do go to origin. It's not working. And I am assuming it's because I do not have it set up correctly. So let's go ahead, cancel this now that it's connected, or close out of this, discard this, and open up Lightburn again and see if it is ready to go. Let's see. Frame. Nope. Devices. Yep. Ortur. I'm redoing it. Finish. Press OK. Let's see if it starts framing now. Or go to origin. Go to home. No. It is got the Ortur R right there. Let's go ahead and actually do that. I believe that's the code. I think. Let's try that. Nope, that did nothing. I'm assuming that's Bluetooth, but again, nothing's working so far. But I'm gonna troubleshoot it, figure it out, and I'll let you know if I have any kind of fixes for this. All right, I got the image reloaded onto here, and nothing on the framing is going yet. I don't know what to do at this point. No go origin, no home, no nothing, and it's obviously connected to the Ortur right there. I don't know what to do at this point. All right, so what I got to work was the light burn bridging. That's kind of what got it working. So I did this and light burn bridge. So now I have the ability to go ahead and do what I need to do. We're gonna go ahead and do the framing, find out where the logo is gonna go. Okay, so that's the parameters. Now I need to put the product, which is this leather patch. And I need to make the adjustments for leather. So let's find out. First, I want to make sure that it's within the frame. It is definitely not. So in my opinion, I do like the framing from what happens on some other laser engravers that shows the design, because it's almost a guarantee. Yes, you have the parameters, but with that, it guarantees the outline of the design itself, so you can laser engrave. This is a guesstimate of a general area, and we're basically using our best judgment to see if it fits within those parameters on how it is and where it is, because since this is an image and not the vector file, it's going based off of the parameters on the outside of this. So I'm hoping that's set up correctly. I am going to adjust the laser right now. All right, so it's been adjusted now of the focal length of where it needs to be. Now, so one specific highlight that I like that Ortur does, the Ortur R2 does, or at least the company, is they give you a breakdown sheet that you can use as reference of specific materials, of specific settings, so you don't have to do the additional work. So that's what I like. A full breakdown of the entire material sheet. So all I've got to do is find the leather patch. So now that I found the leather patch, I cross-referenced with the laser engraver on this with the wattage. All right, so we checked out everything, got the focal length ready, and we're gonna frame one last time. We're gonna see if that's good enough and get it laser engraved when we do the settings for the engraving. All right, so again, we're gonna cross-reference leather, 10 watt, power percentage, which is 60%. So we're gonna bump this up to 60, which will be bringing it over to the cuts and laser section. It's already set to the 0.1 millimeters on the intervals, and we should be good to go.
Guys.
Yes. All right, so what I'm doing is reframing. I got a piece of tape for the back of this to hopefully hold it down, and it doesn't even look like it's doing that. But we got the tape, so we can put it underneath there and really hope for the best. The good thing about this is there's a little metal sheet that I can actually move around if need be for the framing. So this is one of those things that you want to make sure is done. I think I got it pretty good. This time it should go. We'll find out.
What I can say with definite confidence, quality is perfect. Adjusting constantly from a standpoint of when you're manufacturing, you're working on speed, having to constantly adjust and having more of a risk factor on spacing and stuff like that is definitely a negative for me when it comes to that, because I am very much, let's get it on there, let's get it repeated multiple times so I can get a couple of them done or ready to go. Having to take the extra time to make sure that it's adjusted based off of outer framing does complicate it. Only because of as a manufacturing standpoint, as a business owner, to be able to mass produce things, that's not as efficient as it can be. I'm not necessarily saying that that's bad. It's just from my standpoint, what we want to do and how we want to do things, that's a negative for us. Quality wise, it's fantastic. Safety feature wise, perfect, because this laser engraver will not work when it's opened. It literally gives you multiple warnings saying it's open, it won't continue, which is a very good safety feature that I really do like. As we continue to do this review on Ortur R2 laser engraver, this is Lightburn. This is a software that was recommended with this laser engraver, and if you do want to purchase it, it is $99 for a permanent license key. So keeping that in mind, we currently have, at the time or at the end of this trial period, we have 3 days left. Now, I would like to reiterate on this situation is we're coming in from the outside in with minimal crazy research on laser engraving and the whole process behind it. This is literally a transparency look when it comes from a 3D printer first, then coming into the laser engraving world, and not crazy amount of research. Is if this is a common thing within the laser community, obviously it's regular, but if it's someone brand new and they're coming from an area like this is something to take into consideration and thought process, especially from our point of view, us doing different designers, us getting different, files on a regular basis already. Adding another software onto what we're already doing is definitely something we have to take into consideration when we are doing these things. It's not necessarily bad, but we definitely would love to hear what you guys think about that. We are getting ready to do another test print now on something a little bit smaller, more business card like size, on a little wood plate. And we do have to readjust the laser. So let's get that process going. Okay, that's good there. Pulling that up, tightening it, tightening both. Should be good. Gonna try to level it as best as I can. All right, cool. Let's see what we can get done. To grab the text, but it won't let me do that. Not from the same stuff that I'm familiar with. All right, I figured out you can just do the adjustment on the font up at the top. It's literally a whole new process for me, having to learn something new.
Why is it going all the way over there?
That's where the frame is at. And look on the device, on the software. This is directly in the middle. I'm gonna go to origin, see what happens. Straight from the software, from the last setting I had, already previously set up from the previous time. So let's go to origin. See, that's not supposed to go there. It's supposed to go to the bottom left. I'm gonna frame it again. Okay, now it's adjusted the right way. I'm manually adjusting it consistently to where I know it's going to land on the inside. I'm gonna frame that again.
Yeah, that's good.
Start checking. Now, let's go ahead and record the process as it does it. And we'll see what happens. Now, we're going to go ahead and finish out this laser engraver review, because while from our standpoint about this is a definite machine that you, at least with the software, this software in collaboration with this machine is definitely a learning lesson and something that we actively have to understand and learn to actually get things done correctly. It's not as easy as some of the other laser engravers we have had our hands on, picking up and literally just porting things in and literally straight engraving and even cutting. That's to put it simple, but we have to get this video out there and we are extremely delayed on that. We have had troubles with this laser engraver, and we have reached out to the team to kind of do things because we were wanting to test this out mainly as a phone engraver to see how well and how fast we can get things done. But unfortunately, it's even more complicated as of right now with the phone being compatible with the engraver. That doesn't necessarily mean this is a bad engraver. This means we're inexperienced. We still have a lot to learn, and there's definitely some uniqueness. The setup process is very simple. The size is really good, and the speed is pretty good as well. But lots to learn, lots to get into. This is literally going to be a project on its own of research. And also one of the big caveats for us at this time is having to pay for our software when we've already have so many softwares we're already using. But between the laser engravers and the 3D printers, it's a lot. We got FL Sun Slicer, Bamboo Slicer. So the last final note that we really want to take in and share with you guys is in comparison with 3D printing, most of the slicer software is not something you have to pay for. I don't know if this is something regularly done with laser engravers. Like, we know that We Create Lumos is a paid software and we got access to that for the next year. But if this is something regularly done, let us know, because we are unfamiliar with that. So that's one of the big caveats for us when it comes to laser engraving in general, if that's something that is normally done, because we don't want to be paying software for multiple different things for different laser engravers. And that pretty much wraps up majority of what we have and want to say about the Ortur R2 and our experience with it so far. I will say, when we get more time to actually tinker with this and get more knowledge on this engraver, we actually do want to come back and revisit it and kind of do the work-throughs and share with y'all what we did to fix different things that we ran into problems with when we get more time. As of right now, it has been very limited on time. If you guys would like to ask questions on what we're doing, you guys have the comment section, or you guys can watch our entire series here on the channel. It's the best way to understand what we're going through and what we're doing with everything we have going on. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will catch y'all on the next one.